you know that if you play Nickelback records backwards, there's satanic messages?
Sure.
If
you play them
forward, yeah, if you play forward, it's Nickelback. How you doing, everybody? I'm Rob.
I'm Nick.
Oh, I'm Kelly.
And we're here for the second pro show.
Second pro show
of the week. This is week 14, 2013.
Yeah, brought to you by Del Taco, I guess, since we got our cups here.
And Dole pineapple juice.
Dole pineapple juice.
There's so much chaos in that. We should like gorilla tape over the labels.
Oh right, just have fictional companies.
Or no, just like in post, just censor it out, and then so it's like blurred, like the whole thing.
You said Del Taco, didn't you?
I know, but that's the thing. So you just censor that out, and then like when
you
I
reverse it.
Bleep us.
Oh, cat led.
Right.
Or just censor out the whole thing, so it looks like we got like dildos on the table, and I'm like, because I'm doing this, I'm like, hey.
I thought we were trying to keep this professional.
Hey,
God,
so
I'm trying to
censor out Del Taco with dildos.
No, I'm just saying blur it, because whenever I'm like, and then I was trying to make a joke about myself, but we can keep this going.
That just keeps happening. Keith, let's get to topics that matter. And poor Keith.
Keith couldn't be with us tonight. He had to. He's working, right?
He's renegotiating his contract. He wanted way too much money.
Right.
And
sorry, Keith.
Or he's working the streets or the pole. One of those.
It is so much. He's a fan favorite. So he'll be back next week for what in the world is going on?
Yeah, I don't even know. I see that little thing. It's like it's trying to put a toupee on you or something. Or is that like a battery signal maybe?
What if the phones rang?
Oh, space this way.
So that was an unfortunate series of technical difficulties there.
Yeah.
Nick's fault, of course.
Right, Nick's fault.
Hey, it's not my fault. I've got the last 3 shows on here, 2 shows.
It is your fault.
It's totally your fault.
You're the person who's managing.
I understand. I'm managing.
It's totally your fault.
Right. I guess.
Yes.
I'm just gonna cry.
You take the blame.
I'm gonna cry myself to sleep tonight.
You should. Stop banging the table before we get more complaints.
Yeah, you are actually banging the table. I had to turn my mic off for a second so I can make an adjustment without getting complaints.
Yeah, gosh, because he's considerate.
Yeah.
Nick over here, well, fuck you guys.
Boo.
Well, I think I figured out how to isolate the sound, but you can then it just kind of screws up everything else. But
yeah,
sure.
I would love to be able to do it as an automated process, but I haven't figured that out yet. So I just gotta kind of go in and go, find this sort of sound thing.
Take care of it.
Yeah.
Yeah. So what's talking about?
So welcome back. Yeah.
We're talking about Keith being not here.
Yeah.
Keith's not here.
And then wait, what's going on with the camera? I think that's what it was.
Oh yeah. So
but Keith,
that was an exciting adventure.
Next week
for the Bro Show.
Bro Show, yeah.
Yep. So that's great.
We will probably have a guest as well.
Cool. Ooh, I'm a big fan of guests. My evil twin.
Gamer from the local community.
Ooh.
Wants to come on down and say hi and sort of talk shit with us. So
that's pretty cool. I'm a big fan of guests. Let's get to the hard topics, gentlemen.
Sure.
Shall we do? You want to get to that?
Sure. What do we
All right. So let's go to the first one here. We talked about a little bit with taco copters and other delightful civilian, vessels for parcels, etc. But there's been a lot of uproar recently over drones, both military, civilian, and otherwise. And the FAA just recently had, I guess I'd say, a hearing on what drones and traffic look like in the future.
Classifying drones and stuff.
Classifying drones, exactly what altitudes they can take, stuff like that. Because even the parcel services are all for getting some drones instead of the dudes.
Right.
Yeah. Don't know. What
I'm just thinking about these drones because but I'm just saying, like, I would just be like, I'm gonna keep this drone too.
Yeah. So, what are your guys' thoughts on drones and their proliferation in this country?
It's kind of. I think it's kind of a double-edged sword because, on one hand, they can be cool. They can get things done. On the other hand, one, they have the potential to cloud the sky, and 2, they have the potential to be used for nefarious purposes.
Yeah, and that is exactly a concern. Privacy.
Right,
and
some serious privacy issues.
I don't see a privacy issue because we've got satellites, and then we've got Google Maps. Yeah, but
a satellite can't zzz right up to your window while you're in there.
I'm thinking of I guess I'm not thinking because they've got the other drones. They've got the quadricopters and stuff like that. The helicopter style drones. And then I'm thinking of like drones that
You think like Predator,
yeah, like
UAVs.
Yeah, you're thinking
UAVs
like
and stuff.
toy quadricopter versus a $9 million Predator.
Yeah,
Yeah.
So
There's
it's
like a huge array in between there.
I gotcha.
Yeah.
I gotcha. So I've seen a bunch of stuff because I mean they've had this stuff before called remote control or radio controlled airplanes and helicopters. It's been around for a while.
Yeah.
It's just more people are using it now because they can hold more weight. Cameras are lighter and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So it's
And GPS.
And GPS, yeah. So I mean that's cool, and I understand. Yeah, there's a privacy concern, but I mean, which privacy? Like, is somebody going to be invading my privacy?
Yeah, I mean, look at when Google was sending all their cars around for, Street View, and oops, we were accidentally slurping up all this Wi-Fi information without anyone knowing it.
Sure.
Imagine drones.
Oops.
Yeah, drones being able to do that, and
Right.
since they're in regulated space, hey, who's gonna?
Yeah, like you could easily send out drones war walking for web signals
Uh-huh.
or non-web rather Wi-Fi signals.
Okay.
You can program drones to like literally go house to house to look for open windows, open doors, things like that.
Sure. I gotcha.
And another thing, when Google was doing their Street View stuff, on more than one occasion, and a lot of these came out in like the Google Easter egg things that people started posting, like they were getting pictures of people having sex inside their homes through partially open drapes without even realizing it. And so now all these people are on the internet having sex.
But on the flip side to that, well, why do you have your drapes
Exactly.
open having sex?
And then the other flip side that will
most of the time. I mean,
I know, but
I've done that. I've been just like all of a sudden, hey, let's have some sex, and we start having some sex, and they're like, well,
then-
shit, the window's open.
I'm just saying because
mean,
anybody
turn off
can
the
come
sex
by.
machine.
This is the thing. Anybody can come by and take the picture. And even if it was regulated, what's going to stop somebody that really wants to post that picture of flying a drone? Like, what is the FAA going to say? Like, oh, we detect a drone in this airspace. Send out the fucking FBI.
But that's one way is having drones kind of floating around your house. But then you can also since it'll be regulated, have drones that are floating 10,000 feet above you with like these high power cameras that could then chart someone their entire day, all of their habits.
But what I'm trying to say is, it being regulated or not, who's going to stop it? It's a fucking drone. Those things are not huge. So if somebody really wanted to do it, the people that really want to do that are going to be able to do that anyway, whether it's regulated or not.
If there's regulations put on it, then there's recourse that can be taken.
Okay, so there's recourse for stalking somebody. Physically, you can get in trouble.
But if you're not going to notice the chopper, you're going to notice that guy in the black limousine sitting there on the corner.
Right, and that's a big part of where the privacy issue thing comes in too. Is like if some guy's creeping around your house trying to take pictures of you through your window, he's a lot more noticeable,
visible
than an 8 by 8 inch quadricopter.
I know exactly what you're saying, but what is that going to stop somebody from doing it?
Well,
it's not.
Here's the thing: if tomorrow the United States government said murder's legal,
sure,
there's going to be a whole lot of murders happening.
I gotcha.
They say murders are illegal. It keeps the honest people honest.
I gotcha.
So at that point, if they say we're going to go ahead and regulate this stuff, then anybody that's doing shenanigans they're the bad guys.
It's under the purview of the law.
Right. So you can't say then, oh, gee, I didn't know that was wrong, because it's the law that it's wrong. So it's just going to keep honest people honest, but it's at that point that, okay, if somebody's flying a drone around somebody's house, chances are they're doing something untoward.
And then there's the other thing is that, say they pretty much open this stuff and drones are proliferate. And so then you have a bunch of drones in the air, but then it's much harder to track the attention, keep track of, say, one drone that may be nefarious, or two drones that may be nefarious.
Then there's thousands.
Exactly.
Yeah.
You're hiding it. You'll be able to hide that shit.
But what I'm still saying is that it comes back to, like, I want to see, okay, so yes, if they say it's illegal, that's going to stop some people. But even if they didn't say it was illegal, like, I couldn't see my mom picking up and saying, I can figure out how to fly a drone. It ain't going to happen. Right. So, I mean, the people that are going to do it are going to be, technologically smart. So I don't think that trying to say it's illegal is necessarily a deterrent to keep the honest people honest, because honestly, I think the people that are going to be honest don't know how to use the technology anyway. So even if it's completely legal, they're not going to be able to figure it out.
Well, I wouldn't say that because I could easily figure out drone technology.
Sure, but you know how to operate a computer too very well.
Yeah,
and
but I'm saying, but I could easily figure out drone technology, and that doesn't mean that I'm going to do shenanigans with.
I gotcha, I know, but do you need a law that says that you need to do it or not?
Depends.
What do you mean it depends?
Depends on how many hot chicks live around.
Oh, bullshit! Because you can take this, you can take this, and you can compare it against like a gun law or something like that.
Well, no, and I understand what you're saying. There's, if you take John Q. Public, that's fairly tech savvy, so not necessarily all of John Q. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Sure.
Regular average Joe that's tech savvy, and you give him a drone, he can figure it out. Chances are he's not going to do anything unbecoming with it.
Right.
But if Mr. John Q. Public, who's a little bit tech savvy, is sort of leans a little more towards the black hat side of things, yeah, if there's no regulation against it, of course he's going to do something.
Well, and then think of the entities that already have, like, we're talking like, you know, people, moms living in their houses, you know, hobbyists, stuff like that. But what if like an entity, a company,
sure, news,
you know, yeah, like not smaller than that, like the hidden middle, you know, that makes it, like, imagine if they had a bunch of drones, you know, who knows what they get at. Imagine like some small company based out of Phoenix named FEZ decided to buy like 1,000 drones, and then all of a sudden it's found out over the course of years, because that's how long it would take to figure that stuff out.
Sure,
they've been FEZ was doing some nefarious stuff.
Yeah, we were documenting the city.
Yeah, not we, FEZ.
Or this I meant FEZ.
FEZ is, but not just documenting the city, but doing something nefarious.
Especially here, we're close to the border.
Sure,
doing corporate espionage.
Yeah,
whatever. If there's no regulation against it, sucks to be the world.
But I'm saying, but there's regulation against espionage, though. I think there's already
only after it's already been done.
Yeah, okay. I just think that there's already regulation enough that this is just a means. It's like saying people can't fucking walk, you can't ride a fucking car, because with that car, you can go to somebody's house and spy on them. You can fucking go to the job and do some corporate espionage. I think it's just a fucking vehicle to go do things that are already illegal. I don't think this doesn't make sense to me at all.
And if you're looking at it from just a basic, I guess, sort of two-dimensional space sort of thing, I can see your point.
Sure.
Having drones flying around is not that big of a deal.
Sure.
In two-dimensional space. But then you have to think about all the other things that are going on.
Sure. I can understand airspace issues. I can understand that completely. I can understand frequencies, it fucking with frequencies. Absolutely. I can understand that. But privacy angle and shit like that, that's some fucking bullshit. But other things, I completely understand.
So then,
like,
go ahead.
I was gonna say, because I mean, if it's fucking up traffic or if it's distracting people on the ground, that's some issues. You know?
Well, yeah, absolutely.
So I can understand. So if you want to regulate based on those things, I'm all for that. But if you try to come in and say, hey, our biggest thing is privacy, you know what? Eat a dick. I'm just saying.
Well, then let's flip that on this side then.
Okay.
You take, we're talking about private citizens. What about, like, police agencies? What about state police? I mean,
they already
we love the police.
Stuff.
They could have a lot more. And so then you get this...
to stop them from having it now. I already know that you can buy quadricopters, and the military and the police already use that stuff to go over walls to find bad guys.
But I think the point that Nick's getting at is...
police state.
Yeah.
Orwellian 1984 kind of stuff.
Right. We love the police. The police do a good job.
Sure.
They're good for society. But, yeah, if something were to happen, and like Nick said, you end up in a police state sort of environment...
where they can track you at all times.
Right.
Like
and
everyone.
Our personal civil liberties
Sure.
are at risk.
We have that already with cameras everywhere. This comes back to the whole privacy thing.
That's just a static camera. That's a static camera.
They got them everywhere, on every corner, every light. They can track your movements. You see that in TV shows and movies all the time.
TV shows and movies, CSI, zoom in and hands. Come on.
I didn't say CSI.
Motherfucker.
Yeah, no, it pretty much is. Because
you
can
track
once
you get the quadricopters up there would be.
No, because you can see it, because they have the technology that they use in the casinos where they're able to track a person walking through a casino.
Well, yeah, off the sky.
No, with all but it's software. It's tracking.
But that's in a really tight space. That's over surveilled.
Like in London, they're able to do that shit. They can do that here,
right here in this neighborhood.
Sure, not in this neighborhood.
Now imagine drones.
Yeah,
they're everywhere.
Sure.
You walk out of your house to go check your mail or to go take out your trash, and there's a drone watching what you're doing to make sure that you're not breaking some funky draconic law that someone came
Sure,
up
I
with.
gotcha.
Yeah, your speed's monitored by drone.
Sure, but then that comes back to the whole issue that we have with red light cameras. Hey, you haven't caught me in the act. You know, just because I haven't been issued a citation by an actual person. It was a camera that told me I was speeding or I read a red light.
Yeah.
And you can just ignore it. Just fucking ignore anything that comes from those things.
Yeah, but by the time it gets to that point, if we get to a more police state sort of environment, it's not going to matter. You're not going to have the right to be served by a human being. There's not going to be the
You're
right
just going to get a thing in the
anything.
letter.
I got you. But what is the FAA trying to regulate this going to do for police state? Because I can guarantee you that they're not talking about police state. They're talking about private citizens and companies.
It could be a concern. It could be.
I doubt it was. I bet you if you look through the whole notes, there wasn't one fucking thing about the police using it. I bet you it was all about private citizens and private companies that were using it, and that's their concern.
That's probably true in the current drafts. I mean, I haven't read them, but you have to understand too that John Q. Public is, especially these days, everybody's gone privacy crazy. Everybody's got to have their privacy. Like, if I walk to take out the trash and my neighbor glances over at me, what are you looking at? You're invading my privacy. Is like the way people act these days. You know, you looked at me, you know what color my hair is. You invaded my privacy. Eek. I'm going to call and have you sued.
Right.
So, you know, little Susie Homemaker that's taking her kids to the soccer game.
She's not buying a drone.
Well, but she sees a drone zip past in front of her van while she's at a stoplight. She's going to start suing people. She'll have 10 lawyers on the phone before she gets to the soccer field, and it's going to become a problem.
Like I said,
in the bud.
Like I said, there's certain things, but I don't think privacy should be a concern. I don't think a police state is a concern right now. We haven't even
gotten
it. Well, look, like I said, we've had radio control everything forever. And that hasn't been an issue.
Yeah, that's like hobbyist stuff.
Okay, but still, I mean, that kind of stuff, and then quadricopters and stuff like that have been used for police have been around since the early 2000s.
Right.
I've been watching videos on it. I've been tracking things like the Dragonfly and stuff like that because I think that stuff is cool. And you see the military and the police already using that stuff. It's just now it's kind of blowing up. Like, it's just because,
it is.
I mean,
we haven't even seen.
Yeah,
we're like, you know, you get the current. We're like here, you know.
Sure, yeah, technology's getting cheaper, and then everything just blows up out of hand. I just want these things, like, because people just got to bitch about something just to bitch about something when it comes to this kind of stuff.
Well, that's fine until they're here to take your guns. What do I need guns for? Well, people have been taking away guns for years.
No,
that's hyperbolic, but
yeah, but that was not even match up with what I was saying. Yeah, so I just think that I'm down for other regulations based on it, but privacy regulations, no. Like, I mean, I can't see that being a factor.
Well, I want my privacy protected.
Sure, but I mean, the whole thing is you get your privacy invaded everywhere.
Right, but I want the risks as minimized as possible.
Sure.
I mean, basically, right now on a day-to-day basis, we all live with an implied risk of invasion of privacy. We know that when we step outside of our homes, people are going to be looking at us. We know that when we're driving down the street, people are going to be looking at us. It's implied risk. We all know it's going to happen.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't know that every time I step outside my house, I'm going to be being filmed by something. And, I mean, I'm kind of pushing the technology a little bit in my mind, but I'm imagining some, quadricopter or something, some little one, that's got some solar panels on it to charge a battery, that one day somebody decides to park it on my roof and it watches using recognition software, and every time I walk out of my house, it activates and follows me wherever I'm going. And then it parks itself, and I come back out of wherever I was, a grocery store or the post office or whatever, the thing takes off and follows me and watches my every single move. So now we're into like this cyber terrorist stalking thing where a stalker doesn't even have to be within 3 states of you and can still see every single thing you're doing. That goes way beyond the normal implied risk of invasion of privacy into like a whole new realm. Now, again, granted, that's sort of pushing it a little bit.
Yeah.
But you're opening that door.
Right.
I know,
exactly.
But when it comes down to it, though, I still see that as that's complete bullshit. Like, I mean, the whole privacy issue to me, until this starts happening, then I think it's not a good point.
But why wait for it to happen?
Because we just we jump to conclusions. That's like America just does that. We just jump to conclusions.
Well, we do. But like I said, why wait for it to happen?
Because who's to say that it's going to happen?
Who's to say there's not?
Yeah, so let's deal with it then.
Like, well, I mean, and you kind of brushed it off, but that is the exact gun control argument. It's like, well, you don't need guns. The state's not being oppressive. So what if we just take them away? I mean, you're not being attacked. You're not under risk.
It's written in law, so you can't. That's the thing. And
that's open for interpretation. Yeah,
that's
then the argument.
And I'll sort of jump into the debate with that. Like, this house is, I don't want to say we're brimming with guns, but there are quite a few firearms in this house.
All right.
We have those firearms here not because we just think that firearms are like really groovy to have around.
Right. Well, they are.
Certainly they are.
It's so pretty.
But for protection and defense.
Yeah.
My point being, I've got a 12-gauge shotgun in there that's loaded with double-aught buck, and it's only loaded with double-aught buck for one reason.
Right. Yeah.
To kill somebody.
Yeah, I got you.
So my point in having that is, if somebody comes in and attempts to harm me, I'm going to wreck them.
Okay, shoot the drone if it's on your property.
Why wait for somebody to come in and harm me until I get the shotgun? Like, why wait when I can take preventative measures? Like, I've got the shotgun not because I have been harmed, but because I could be harmed. Okay. So why pass laws because people have been harmed when we can pass them before the harm takes place?
Okay, then let people shoot drones.
Not when they're 10,000 feet.
That's silly, because then you're going to have assholes out in their front yard just blasting and bullets coming down on top of people's heads. It's going to be fucking hailing buckshot in 2 weeks.
Laser things, infrared bullets or something.
Oh, infrared bullets.
Pew, 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 pew. That's no. What is wrong?
I'm just saying, big fly swatter or something.
But I mean, that's basically where we're at in this debate. Is that we're obviously years past the Predator. We're hobbyist quadricopters and stuff like that. But who knows what that landscape looks like in 10 years?
So let's go ahead and cripple the technology right now.
Well, it's not a technology.
Just regulate it. Put some boundaries
on it.
Just put some chains on it and hold it back.
These are things that you cannot do with this stuff. If you want to use your quadricopters to deliver pizzas in record time, then by all means.
No, I think that'd be invasion of privacy, though. If we're gonna bring that, I'm just saying. This quadricopter just flew by my house. It rang my doorbell on accident, motherfucker. I'm suing.
Why does it have to have a camera on it? Why does it have to have a doorbell ringer?
Because how is the person going to know that their pizza's here?
Because Domino's tracks it while it's coming to you, and then when it pulls up in front of your house, they give you a jingle and be like,
"That's some fucking privacy tracking shit right there." If I gotta
say. I'm sure when you're submitting, you've got like this 5-page EULA that you just
right.
I agree, sure.
But my neighbors didn't agree to it.
But do you know how cool it would be for a drone to swoop by and it's like, "Hello, I have your tacos."
Yes,
like that would be the coolest thing in the world.
That's what I'm saying. I'm all for these fucking drones.
Well,
Bring this shit
I'm
on.
for it for purposes like that. Absolutely, dude. I would love to call Del Taco on the phone and be like, "Hey, bro, I need some macho nachos with extra jalapenos."
Sure.
And then like 5 minutes later, the little thing just buzzes up.
It's like, "Oh my god, yes!"
Nachos,
sitting there like taking a picture, posing with the
quadricopter
drone.
I'm totally down for that.
Facebook.
But I'm not down for, like, if I'm having a little bit of, for the thing to be buzzing up to my window, taking pictures of boobies and balls. So I'm not down with that.
I got your nachos.
Your nachos have arrived.
Yeah, nacho ladies, get the hell out of here.
Sure. I gotcha. So I guess this whole argument I can already see is going to be one of those crazy things throughout the whole country.
Oh yeah,
it's like
there's people like me who are like, "Hey, fuck your privacy. If that's that's a concern,
fuck your privacy. You don't get none of that."
I saw an FBI agent just kind of hide around the corner.
Hey now,
you stay hidden, buddy.
As long as he's not in your house, then I mean, if he was standing around outside the door with a fucking cup on, who gives a shit?
FBI technology, styrofoam cup, right?
I'm just saying.
Yeah.
I'm just saying. Like, I don't know. I guess I'm not really too concerned about the whole privacy issue. Maybe it's because of what we do, and I'm just so accustomed to things.
Or like we're gonna be famous someday, and people are gonna. All right. Yeah, I didn't want to let anyone know, but we are famous.
No, I can kind of see Kelly's point on that. Yeah, we're not famous. We're not like celebrity status or anything, but we are public figures, and we put ourselves out there on a daily basis for the public to.
Right now, even.
Right. Yeah.
I don't flinch when I see a camera. I don't try to hide and evade from anything. Like cameras everywhere. It's like, oh yeah, look, there's another camera and stuff like that. So
But in this day and age, the 21st century with the soccer moms and all that crap, we're kind of the exception to the rule. Like,
I got you.
Because I'm the same as you. If I'm walking down the street and somebody wants to take a picture,
Oh, what are you gonna do? Yeah.
I think we need to educate people too. I think people need to be educated.
That's the last thing the government is good at.
I know. So there needs to be. Let's put it onto the news. Let's put it on the news's back. Fox News, CNN, educate them soccer moms on what drones can do.
Interrupt the Super Bowl for an hour-long special on drone education.
Yeah, right. Don't show like the fucking predators like throwing missiles at Iraqis and stuff like that. Like these are going to be flying over New York and following you to school. Show off the taco drone or something.
Drones can be your friends. Drones can be your enemies.
Right. Because that's what Fox News and CNN
So they're gonna take a video of a predator that's like wrecking some insurgents, and they're gonna Photoshop out the missiles and have it launching burritos at them.
That is the perfect ad. So you have like this night vision shot, which is a kind of rambly, kind of reticle or something, and then and then it cuts to like a scene in a house, and you hear ding ding, and it's we got your tacos thanks to drones.
But no, that's not what the
news is like insurgents eating tasty tacos.
No, because the news is going to show it as like, hey, drones in your city. How are you going to be affected? Will they kill you?
More, I know. That's local news.
Yeah, sensational media. That's the way they're going to do it. They're going to make it look like these things flying around are going to kill people.
Yeah.
I think the only risk that we have with that is three-dimensional space. If they get in the way of traffic, if they get in the way of air traffic.
Definitely air traffic, right?
Yeah. I mean, obviously they'd have to create no-fly zones around airports and
Super Bowl and...
Yeah, because that could become a huge...
Can't have drones dropping an envelope full of anthrax or something.
Right. I mean, and that's definitely going to be an issue, but... Because, I mean, I can already see it with, like, sniper rifles attached to them and stuff like that. And
that'd have to be a big...
Hey, you just hook up... You take 2 quadricopters.
No.
Okay, take 4 quadricopters.
No. All right.
Like the kind of FPEs we're talking about. Like,
gotcha.
Yeah,
like the 50 cal.
A big damn... Yeah, you got 2 quadricopters strapped to a 50 cal. They're flying through the air. The thing goes off. The quadricopters are in the next county.
But have you seen those videos where they like seriously like flip them and they balance themselves?
Yeah,
like catching sticks.
That's crazy.
Yeah, but dude, that's like they're flipping. They're not having a 50 caliber sniper rifle. There's 13,000 pounds of energy coming out of
and that's because we're chaining and holding back the technology with these government regulations.
All right, so something to look forward to: drones and. Taco drones.
Mm-hmm.
Burger drones might be the next one there.
Mm-hmm. 3 fat guys.
You keep coming up with them, restaurants. We'll provide. We're technologically savvy.
We'll beta test them.
We'll alpha test them.
Right.
Like they're not even choppers. They're just like minivans with like whirlybirds on top.
Yeah, that's fine.
We'll test that. So.
A guy dressed up as a quadricopter.
All right.
Wow.
I am your quadricopter. This is the alpha test. Anyway, tap.
Yeah.
Let's move. I'm trying not to, but it's so tempting. Let's move on to the next topic. SimCity. Yeah. You know, a month ago, that was the thing that we were playing. We had a region between the 3 of us, and we were playing.
Successful in a lot of
ways. Sure,
sort of.
Kinda.
Until the nuclear plant started blowing up.
Until my nuclear plant started. Oh my goodness, it's the war.
I didn't.
Oh, dude.
I just had one in my city.
That's why not in my backyard. But the problem is that after all the servers got fixed, we were actually able to play the game. People were actually able to play SimCity, but the simulation is so broken underneath it that as your city starts to reach its peak after you filled up that lot, the game starts to break down.
Right.
And a month later, even after the release of this kind of major 2.0 patch, we're still not really any closer to really wanting for this game personally to be a game I want to play. So at what point do we get to play SimCity again, the game that we want to play, or do we ever?
Explain some of these issues, because I know there was a couple. And then, when did this patch come out?
This 2.0 patch came out a week ago, and it apparently fixed. I haven't been able to install it yet, but from what I've been reading, things go a little faster. The recycling center works now, so it's not stopping after a bit because I had one, and I don't think it happened to me yet. But
I had a recycle center, and it just wasn't working very well.
Yeah, is it like they fixed that apparently?
Okay.
But then when we're talking about stuff like the simulation, like the poor AI, the traffic handling, stuff like that, they have not fixed that yet. And that's why the end game in SimCity, for the most part.
Did you see the video of the roads? Because I know I showed Nick those with the traffic.
Diverting to the least busy roads and stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because right now they will just sit there and shoot for the shortest path, basically, regardless as to. So they weight the roads, but they haven't done that yet, and because of that,
they didn't install TomTom.
Yeah, TomTom. It's all about Garmin, bro.
We're not sponsored by TomTom.
We are sponsored by Del Taco. But as a result, though, as your city gets bigger, as I mentioned, you have all this traffic. It can't get around. Your city gets hosed. So then you have this issue of, hey, everything in your city is backed up forever.
Right.
And
buildings closed.
So you go exactly. So then you go from like $5,000, $6,000 simoleon profit every hour, and then it's like negative 7,000 and back and forth and stuff like that.
Right.
So they'll fix that. That's like a near-term fix. But at this point, are we going to be able to go back to FEZ Tropolis? What was our region called?
I think it was FEZ Tropolis.
FEZ Tropolis, because I think FEZ Land or something like that was the first one. Is there a point where the three of us are going to be able to go back and play that game again? Are we even interested at this point?
Yeah, not really. Not really.
I'll tell you, I'm interested. I want to play still, but I don't want to go back until stuff's fixed because that's just a bummer.
I think a time will come because as gamers we tend to do this. We get a little cyclic with our games.
Yeah.
And you'll play something for a while, you get tired of it, and then later, sometime down the road, you go, oh, wow, man, I play that game again. You kind of blow the dust off of it.
Right.
So I think that there will be a point that we are going to want to play it again. But, you brought up the point, and I want to reinforce this to everybody. The original issues with SimCity were that you couldn't play, and that really sucked. The game sucked ass because you couldn't play it.
Right.
Then they fixed the servers, and you could play it, and then the game sucked ass because you could play it.
Right.
So that was a problem.
Mm-hmm.
Eventually they're going to fix all these things. They're going to fix the traffic patterns and things like that. I think there probably will come a point that we say, hey, let's play some SimCity. But, man, they're going to have to fix a lot of stuff.
And are they going to get everyone on the same point? Because, like I said, the three of us had a region with all these different lots, and it's still like mostly empty right now. But it's like, well, gee, I mean, we started work on this international airport, and unless we start building these cities, fully to the gills for their specialty, so we can then start supplying the mega project with this stuff. How are we going to do it? I mean, basically, you have all these lots that are now filled with people that aren't there anymore,
right? And broken cities.
Yeah.
You just have to start a new region. I mean, it sucks, and I mean, It sucks, but I don't think that's the big issue right now. I think that the game being broken is still a big issue because, I mean, we found that thing where, you didn't have to have any tax and you had...
Yeah, we had an article
18
about
million,
that.
Yeah, 18 million people in the city and everybody's fucking happy.
Yeah.
No tax. And
there's no revenue.
No utilities.
There's no crime because there's no commercial zones.
Right. And people are just happy as shit, dude.
Yeah.
That's your fucking...
What you do, man, you take that, and then, you get to the 18 million people, and then you kick the tax rate up to about 50%.
And then...
Yeah, then kick a bunch of people out of your town, basically.
Sure.
Make a ton of money in the process.
Mm-hmm. But, I mean, what are you going to do after that? Because he had the entire thing filled with just residential.
Yeah, then you start tearing down buildings and rezoning.
Yeah, I guess, but what's the fun of that whenever you're like, oh, I found a hack to get money?
Well, it's not. I didn't say it was fun. I just said you could do it.
Sure.
There's no fun in this anymore.
That's kind of like, the second you turn on God mode in the game, it loses all of its fun.
Right?
Well, but after a while.
Grand Theft Auto, like the earlier ones.
Yeah,
when those games were fun.
Wolfenstein Doom, that shit was fun as hell in God mode.
Yeah, Dark Forces, stuff like that.
Yeah, but I'm saying, once the risk is taken out of it, unless you're playing to see the story of a game, once you take the risk out of it, there's no point.
There's no weight to it.
And that's how I feel with the simulation being broken. There's no point of playing right now. If
because you're going to sit there and you're going to work for hours and hours and hours sculpting the city, like destroying all your roads so you can place avenues in there, and then it's still totally fucked.
Yeah,
like completely fucked. You cannot do anything.
I couldn't figure it out because I'm trying to separate my industrial away from my residential because they're bitching, and at first I was trying to mix everything up, and they were bitching, and this is before I realized that, if it's too far away and they can't get to it, well, fuck it, they're not going to go, and so nobody was going to my industrial, so there'd be some crazy industrial being built, and then it would just be closed.
Dude, that's exactly.
And then fires, and then the fire trucks are going down the same roads as everybody else.
Apparently they fixed that. But yeah, I mean, you bring up a good point because I would watch the wind projections before I started laying down any zones.
Yeah.
And so I'd be like, oh, okay, the wind's blowing to the east. I'm going to set my industrial all along the east side. Yeah. Exactly. All my residential on the west side. Mm-hmm. And I guess these Sims are afraid of a commute. So clearly. So yeah, these high-tech industry would open, land value is crazy, and then they'd close after it. We don't have enough workers. Where are they?
Yeah, what the fuck are you talking about?
I even started setting up like low wealth residential zones, like right across the street from the factories.
Yeah, like trailer parks and stuff.
Right, but then like all the low rent residential people wanted to go to work in the commercial zones instead of the industrial zone.
Right.
Like, no, motherfucker, you're right across the street from Jeb's Tires. Go work at Jeb's Tires. I don't want you going down to the
work in that sulfur mine.
Right. Yeah. I built your house there for a reason. Not so you can go work at Shea Boutique. Yeah. So you can go work at Jeb's Tires. That's why you live in a trailer. Go work at your trailer job.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Let the people in the high-rise condominiums work at Shade Chic.
Yeah.
Whatever. Like, yeah.
Yeah, there's so many, and I didn't realize, just how broken that stuff was until... I had the city and I was trying to boost my expo center so that I would actually get people to show up instead of me losing 125,000 simoleons every time I threw an event. And I'd have buses. I had 2, like the biggest bus terminals that you can get. And I loaded almost one of them to its gills with buses and the other one almost there. Mm-hmm. So buses were everywhere. It should have been super easy for this to happen. No, they're just jammed up right next to the stadium.
Yep.
Ridiculous.
Like when I had my nuclear reactor meltdown, what got me was I had the nuclear reactor, everything was going well. I put a second tower on it, everything was still going well. Traffic got so bad that people couldn't get to school. And because people couldn't get to school, the education level dropped off.
Right.
And because the education level dropped off, the people were too stupid to hit the cool this down button. And so I have a meltdown. Now when I have a meltdown
mode.
Right. I have my meltdown. A bunch of people move out of the city. Now people can get to the school again, and I watch on the thing where it says the education level. It goes from unsafe or whatever to perfectly fine because now people can get to school because everybody moved out of my town.
Right.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Way to go.
Yeah, that's pretty great. So then, at some point, probably 3 months out at least, we have to make a pact to come back to FEZtropolis. My city will still be completely irradiated.
Sure.
As will mine.
Ultimate Sex 69 will be thriving, though.
And we'll have to try this.
One of my cities.
We'll have to finish our international airport, if that will even matter at that point.
Because I do want to do at least one of the Great Works.
Yeah.
Yeah, because we're starting working on that, and we were shipping off materials and stuff, and you were along like, fuck this game. And
right, oh yeah, because I got frustrated with that meltdown.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
and mine happened after that.
I was trying to figure out the whole recycling thing, but nobody was recycling,
I started after you did.
Yeah.
Because that stuff's awesome.
Yeah, because it was like, sweet, it's like get, the steel and stuff like that, and I had a huge recycling plant, and I was burning trash. I had no trash issues or recycling issues
I didn't
in my
have
city
to do it either.
But people just weren't recycling because the recycling trucks and couldn't get to them.
Right.
And then whatever the recycling center was doing was nothing. It was just like
recycling drones.
Yeah.
But
we had a huge
But when you're gathering mining for resources and stuff, it's so stupid the way they have it set up because you have the basic mines. Mm-hmm. And then when you're mining out so much stuff, you can then get access to the HQs, which then allow you to refine that, turn it into the more complex stuff that you need. And I'm sitting on some pretty big pockets of oil. Mm-hmm. And one field is empty, almost empty. And the other one is smack dab in the middle of a residential area because
Right.
I didn't know how to set up an oil mine or drilling plant, whatever. But at no point was I ever anywhere close to being able to set up this HQ thing to be able to really maximize my my strip mining. None of that. It's so crazy, the requirements for that stuff.
And the water too was not refilling. Like
exactly.
You're right next to a fucking ocean.
Yeah,
and there's
the
no
aquifers
water.
are going dry.
Yeah.
And then you see it raining across the screen, still dry. It was like, what the fuck? Like, fill the water. Like,
it's like, this isn't how it happens in the real world, because I'd spend like, God, 100,000, 150,000 simoleons to not only have the water treatment plant, but then have like 20 add-ons to try and grab, and then that place would be completely depleted.
And you just have to
and
destroy
then you'd have to destroy it and then set it up again, and then you're having all these other issues because the simulation blows.
Right.
And then, oh my God, I'd really love to fix this issue, but I'm running out of water.
Right.
And there's not even like desalinization plants or anything like that.
Right.
And you're just sitting there putting water towers everywhere.
I just sit there like, hey, you don't need places to work for a while.
Well,
here's a bunch of water.
Well, see, what I did was when my water was running dry off of my big ass expensive water treatment center, it was like shit. I'm like, everybody's bitching about water. You guys weren't giving me any water because obviously you guys are having the same.
My water was polluted with radiation, and even my filtering water plant wasn't filtering.
Yeah,
it's like, what is that thing called? 140 or 80,000 simoleons, I think, for the one that filters the water.
Yeah, and that's like an add-on.
Nothing.
Right. Yeah. And so I'm sitting there like freaking out. And I'm just like, okay, water tower, just like randomly, like wherever's blue, like, the darkest blue, just put water,
Oh, dude, yeah. And I even stopped on those water. Well, no, I had water because it's like I can't demolish, 500,000 people's worth of skyscrapers so I can get. And then that thing would just mess up, like the population would balloon.
Yeah.
Like I would sit there, I was steady at like 100,000 sims for a while. And then my nuclear plant went up because Godzilla came and smashed it. And all of a sudden, I have like 200,000 people in my city.
Yep.
Makes no sense.
Yeah.
Now you'd think that they would move out because,
no.
Godzilla.
Obviously not. Yeah.
Yeah, anytime a big fire-breathing fucking lizard comes walking through my neighborhood, I'm out.
Yeah, I'm not done, guys.
Don't call your family.
You gotta move in here. No, I'm out.
Right. Yeah, that was. What was the other thing that I was having issue with was, the game. Like, I mean, they have a little simple tutorial at the beginning of the game.
Yeah.
But they don't explain anything. So, like,
right?
They're just like, place this. So when I first started,
right, click this.
Yeah, when I first started, it was like, oh, the sewage outflow. I didn't understand what that was. So that was the first thing I did in my city. And then I realized,
Kelly.
Huh?
It's poop.
I know, but I didn't realize that it was just pumping it out of the ground and just dumping it back on the ground.
Outflow pipe.
I didn't realize that though. Like, because I just was like, wow, this is interesting.
Where's the poop go?
Yeah, and if you zoom in on it, you can actually see the poop flying out of the pipe.
I know. I just thought it was catching it and doing something with it.
No,
I didn't understand.
It's just a big poop pipe.
So I wish they would have given more instructions because I polluted the fuck out of some ground.
Well, same because that, and I kind of complained about it in the demo, is that it's taking you through like all of these different things like so strictly that you're not really learning anything. You're just checking stuff off on a list.
Yeah, exactly.
Like the whole mining thing, didn't understand it at all. I told them about trade depots. That changed our lives. that nowhere is that explained.
No,
Set up an oil rig, set up an oil plant, and then send that stuff. I finished it, and then it was full, and it's like, what am I supposed to do? Like, sell all the trucks, stuff like that. Right. No, you send it off to a trade depot, and then you can sell it or do something with it.
The other one too is the municipal airport. I fucking love that shit because.
I piss people off so bad with my municipal airport.
Well, see, my problem was as soon as I place it down, it's like, hey, guess what? Fuck you. You just spent a lot of money, and nobody's going to use it because of where you placed it or your city's not ready for it yet. And I'm like, are you serious? Where were my advisors at to tell me before I clicked place and it cost $120,000 that was going to be a bad idea? Dude, because that money is gone.
Yeah, I would get the culture advisor like constantly no one's ever gonna do anything in your city. Just FYI.
Yeah, but that's like after you put something there.
Yeah, after you build it.
Like,
that was a really bad idea. Just FYI.
Yeah, I know. It's like, if you see me like clicking, hovering on the map about to place it, like warn me. You know?
No, it'll warn you, but it'll be like you need tourist spots.
Right.
Yeah. So you're like, okay, well,
Sure.
how about this?
No, that was pretty. No,
Wrong tourist thing.
Yeah. I placed my municipal airport, and I watched the wave of frowny faces spread out away from the airport. So then I placed a second, third, and a fourth runway. And each time I placed runways,
just a rip
frowny faces, and then the property values are decreasing, so big, luxury condos are turning into trailers and things like that. Or, well, they're getting abandoned.
Yeah.
You tear them down and a trailer pops up.
Yeah.
Right.
Like, motherfucker, there's a big-ass municipal airport with, there's tourist planes go. Like, I'm watching G6s landing on my runways.
Right.
Like, there's a casino that all these people... Why are you living in a trailer, man?
Right. What's going on here?
One of the things that really bothered me was when you look at the crime map, and if you got people in jail, it just looked like your fucking police station was under fucking siege.
Yeah.
I was like, damn, like everybody in my police station is dead. The criminals run this because
the cops were fucking useless anyway.
Yeah, because it's like, well, I've read so many anecdotes. It's like there's zero crimes going on in the city, but crime is taking over the city, guys.
Well, and every time you'd zoom in, it sounded like World War fucking III.
Oh, it did.
Like just sirens everywhere.
Yeah.
And you're like, what is going on?
Right.
Like, my city is dying.
And then you got the little smiley face, and then your rating, 80%.
Yeah, you're like, but
it's kind of shitty down here, but hey.
The thing that got me was on the same city that the meltdown occurred in, because nobody could get to school and the education level's dropping, the crime rate was increasing. And they're like, you need more cops, you need more cops, you need more cops. So I set up the precinct, and I put a bunch of add-ons on it. I had the police helicopter, I had all that. The fucking police helicopter never left the landing pad. Ever. Yeah. It sat there the whole time. They're like, fuck you, donuts. Right? And then, like, I've got, I had like 30 police cars or something like that. But there's criminals everywhere. Like, I'm watching the little red masky guys just like all over, and the cops are just like,
just driving around.
Oh, they're doing a criminal.
Yeah. Because they can't go down that
street. Turn on the lights, you can watch. Woo, 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 woo. And they turned the wrong fucking way.
Yeah, because they couldn't go down the fucking street, obviously.
No, to empty street. Criminal goes, view him, the cop goes, no. Yeah. Like, where are you going? What the fuck is... Book him, Dano. Don't fucking go the other way. Crime's a real fucking problem.
Yeah.
But... I can send 20 police cars over to Nick's city to help him out with it. Right. If crime's such a problem, why do I have 20 extra police cars to send to Nick?
Right.
What is happening?
And then there's the budget issues. Because Kelly's like, don't buy a precinct, so my crime's having issues, and then my water's running out.
It wasn't just the precinct, it was the hospital.
The hospital, yeah.
Because everybody's dying in my city, so I'm like... Shit, let me build a state-of-the-art hospital. Yep. Nobody's using it. It costs $10,000 an hour.
Yeah, and it's like you were making like $5,000 before, and now you're making negative $5,000. But you got the best hospital that no one's using.
Yeah. I got the same thing. I set up the hospital with a bunch of patient wings and
you want to see that stuff.
Vans and shit.
Yeah,
and like nobody's using it. I know. Like everybody's going to all the ambulances are taking people to the little clinic.
Yeah.
Like
your clinic's full. Yeah. Figure it out.
Yeah, exactly. I had like 3 clinics. All the clinics are full.
Yeah.
The thing's bitching at me about you need motherfucker. I don't need medical. I got like a whole block right there that is just a hospital.
I know, it's huge.
And there's exactly 0.0 patients in it. Don't tell me I need medical.
Right.
You prick.
Yeah. And the other one too that kills me.
Why does the police chopper go pick people up and take them to the medical center?
But Maxis, man. He's a fucking waste of space, dude. Seriously, because
I had no idea. I bought it just because it was the special digital content from their special edition.
I know, but they bug you like that, and the damn VU tower. They keep bugging you, like, come on, get some crime and build a fucking VU tower. And I fell for that shit, and then because I was like, we'll have a nice balance, The VU tower he fucking just unleashes criminals. Maxis, man, he's just fucking chilling in his house until you pay him $500 to go do whatever he
And then
he doesn't do shit.
When I was listening to other podcasts, it's like, at what point does unleashing like 50 criminals on your city? What does that do for you?
That's what I was wondering.
That's a piece of shit.
Yeah, and then my cops are like freaking out.
Buy the digital special edition of SimCity. Get the Vu Tower and Maxis Man content packs.
That shit needs
Great
to be
value.
balanced.
And remember, get the reticulator because it's worth it.
I was expecting when I saw that whole heroes and villains, that it's going to be balanced. That is going to be Vu and Maxis Man just fighting constantly, just doing some shit. Not that Vu is going to be sending out criminals and, like I said, Maxis Man just chilling in his house.
Yeah,
like,
that's all he's doing.
Pay me.
Yeah, he's just chilling at the crib.
Dude, yeah, and I was sitting there because, I put it in my nice city a region ago. And it's like, what am I supposed to do?
Sure, and even if it was, like, I can understand paying him, but let me get him on the payroll so I don't have to keep coming back to him and
so
then clicking on it. Yeah, just fucking pay him, $5 an hour to give that $500 a month or whatever it is, and then just him go do his thing and take pictures with the kids or, this my shit. I don't know.
Yeah, exactly. Get sponsors or something, you know?
Yeah, I would be willing to pay for that if it was automatic, but I forgot all about it. Yeah,
but it's unfortunate, like, none of these issues have been resolved yet. It's been a month. I remember, like, that night it was ready to go, like, SimCity,
Yeah.
I remember we saw it. I think I was the only one who saw it at E3. And I was like, holy crap! And they've been releasing media
awards.
Right?
He was trying to
he
was like,
man.
So I was just like,
that's all he talked
Nick
about.
was talking about making a whole new award category just for SimCity.
Right? Yeah, the best Sim game. Best SimCity game.
Yeah, the best.
I think that's what it settled for. We'll have cooler awards this year. But and then they were releasing these gameplay videos just as of recently.
Yeah,
it's like, this is like game of the year. You have done everything that I want.
Yeah,
and then it comes out.
And it's absolutely.
Then you're like, what is?
And then the servers get fixed, and
that's when you realize that the game sucks.
It's an idea ahead of its time, really. Yeah. It is.
Well, I think they pushed it out the door too soon. They should have realized these problems. I'm sure they did realize these problems.
What they should have done is really, because it's been 10 years since SimCity 4 came out. Mm-hmm. They should have just waited another 5 years and made this like the perfect game.
Right.
Because that's what I said in my review, was like, this is kind of a proof of concept that something like this could work.
Right.
It isn't. They may band-aid it enough to start working, but in order for it to really take off, you gotta have bigger zones. You gotta have better design. Yeah. Like, whoever designed this thing, you need to go back to school.
Yeah, seriously.
Yeah, and even let's say that the zones are how they start off how they are, and then take it from like Cafe World or something like that on Facebook, where you start off with a little small restaurant and you have money and you can expand your restaurant.
Right,
like
so
make the zones like that. Yeah,
yeah.
So
Like
purchase
zones,
areas.
like they are smaller than a spider monkey's ball sack.
Yeah. They are 2 kilometers on each side.
Yeah,
it's so small. Like, you could take a very small portion of like Phoenix,
right?
Yeah,
and like downtown Phoenix, and that's it. Because that's ultimately what all of these things look like when you're developed. Is they just full of skyscrapers,
right?
That's it.
Yeah. So it'd be nice to be able to expand out your zone. So instead of just like connecting zones together, but you just like just make the square bigger. So instead of it being 2, now it's 3 on each side.
Right.
Now it's 5. Now it's 7. Whatever it is.
Right.
You do it like that. And like I said, Flash games on Facebook are doing that.
Yes. You mentioned Cafe. After that, Cityville, stuff like that. People understand how that works.
Right. Yeah. So
people understand. Spend 500 in-game coins or pay us $20.
Right.
And we'll get you this extra card.
You don't have to do that. But they were talking about like, we wanted to make this easy for casual for people to pick up. Facebook fucking casual games are doing the expansion things. So I think the people will understand if you added that into SimCity.
Yeah, if the idiots at Zynga could pull it off.
Right, and people grasp that concept.
EA should have been able to pull it off.
Right, so let's say we come back to this in 12 weeks. So that'd be 26 Pro Show week number 26, and we'll see if they fixed it.
Sure.
Time capsule.
I'm down for that.
I'm not sure what's happening.
That was a special effect.
That was?
We don't have any budget for special effects, by the way, so they're just going to look at me.
Somebody send us a special effects budget.
Working on support your local FEZ. Let's go to our last item on here. This is something we got pretty intense discussion about the other day.
We did.
This is about Bitcoin, and this is this all digital currency that has absolutely no backing, no central bank, anything like that. It's been in the news recently because it just capped a $1 billion evaluation, or at least a $1 billion market cap. But there's been some hacking since then, and
well, yeah, because it went into hyperinflation.
Yeah, like stupid crazy, and so the values come down a bit. But first off, Kelly, since you're obviously the most studied of this thing,
sure,
these Bitcoins,
these coins of bits,
these coins of bits. What are Bitcoins? Why does anyone give a shit? Why should anyone?
So a Bitcoin is digital currency, like Nick said. So it's the process is like mining for gold, is what they're trying to do. So you have a computers or multiple computers, server farms. They do these mining things, which are basically doing hash math calculations. And when they figure out this calculation, then they're awarded with a group of coins. And these group of coins can be bought, between anybody can buy the coins. And then, the more people that buy them, the higher in value they go. And it's being treated kind of like a stock instead of a currency, which is what it's supposed to be, because it's supposed to be a completely underground currency. Like one of the markets out there, MTGOX.
Mount Gox?
Yeah, Mount Gox. That stood for Magic the Gathering Online Exchange. So Magic the Gathering people, we're gonna be basically betting with this stuff. And that's the biggest exchanger in the world right now for Bitcoins. And they've got a huge line because everybody is getting on this whole Bitcoin train because it's been talked about in the news. It's rising.
We're talking about it now.
Yeah, we're talking about it now. It rises in value. Like it's been doing hyperinflation. It started off at like nothing. Like pennies per coin. And now it's like $120 a coin. And you can buy anything with it. Last year, it got recognized because there's a website called Silk Road, and you can only pay with Bitcoin. And since it was completely anonymous, people were selling drugs, illegal cocaine.
Nice.
Yeah, so that's what people were buying because
that's awesome.
Yeah, because you can get tracked with your Visa, but with this, all you do is just send money to somebody else's string, which is just a little ID number. Not little, it's like 32 or 60 characters, 64 characters, or something like that. And you can't reverse the charge. You can't do anything. So it's an interesting thing, and it's kind of fucked up.
It's like it's a super libertarian kind of currency where it's,
sure.
It's not tied to any government regulation.
Mm-hmm.
No one's watching this thing. At the same time, then no one's protecting you
right
with this thing. There's no FDIC. There's no, anything like that.
Right.
So there's a lot of uncertainty around this thing because it's so difficult to use.
Yeah, because people are the whole thing is people that are smarter than the average Joe, the average bear, are able to outsmart people and trick them and take their coins. So one of the things last year that happened was somebody had 25,000 Bitcoins in their wallet worth about $500,000 at the time with the 25,000 coins. And they kept them on their computer, and their computer was online. Somebody hacked their computer, was able to find their wallet. It wasn't, I guess, encrypted or anything like that. So they just sent all of their coins to their account. And so they just stole $500,000 with no repercussions at all because you can't reverse a transaction, can't do anything. It's gone. The only thing that can happen is that person wants to send the coins back. Right. And there's no name attached to it. There's no IPs attached to it.
It's just whatever the string is.
Yeah.
So it's a huge security issue. Now, I have a question.
Sure.
We talked about this the other day.
Mm-hmm.
This mining thing that happens.
Right.
So I'm under the impression that there's like a multi-computing environment going on.
Yeah, lots of them.
And these multi-computer environments are what are quote-unquote mining.
Right.
So sort of along the same line as like when the Death 6 project was out. And
isn't that still going on?
Huh?
That the alien one? Oh, that's the full one.
No, that's SETI.
Not SETI, yeah.
Now this was the Death 6 project when it was a multi-computing project designed to crack 128-bit Death 6 encryption.
Gotcha.
Encryption.
Okay.
So we've got a bunch of these multi-computing environments that are just basically decrypting hashes. And when a hash is decrypted, coins are rewarded.
Right.
Okay. So I'm clear on that.
That's what I understand of it. I'm no scientist.
Right.
Resident cryptographer
Right.
Kelly Karnetsky.
So then that raises a couple of questions. And one that we talked about was the value, the actual value of these Bitcoins. Where they have, apparently, because people are buying and selling them, they have a face value associated.
A commodity, value type of thing.
Right. They have a value as a commodity, but they have no inherent value. Like they're, and what we talked about was, like for $1, if I want $1, I have to work for that $1.
Sure.
For Bitcoin, I'm not doing any work.
Right.
Obviously I've downloaded a piece of software and I've allowed my computer to join this multi-computing environment and do what it's going to do, but there's no actual value to this thing. So that brings me back to, you've got these things, these basically little pieces of data that are currently worth $120 for this piece of data at this time. And you can then basically parlay that piece of data into actual cash by trading it on the exchange.
Right.
I think that's bad.
Well, and that's
Any
what
fiat free-floating currency is bad.
Yeah, and that's what a lot of people are talking about, because right now it's not being it's being treated like a currency, but it's also more being treated like a commodity. People are buying into it like it's a stock. They're trying to just get their money to go up, and that's why it's going into hyperinflation, because the people that are just hearing about it, that are investors, that have money and stuff like that, are like dumping their money into buying it, and there's only a set amount that are out there. There's only 10 million coins.
Is it 10 million?
Yeah, right now.
10.6 or something.
Oh, there's 10.6 million in the wild.
Right.
Yeah.
But
there's
only
a cap of 22.
22 million cap. Exactly.
And they just, it was, I think it was last year that there's an algorithm built into the rules that basically says that they can only, like, mining capacity is 50% of what it was a year ago. Right. So anyone who's doing the same amount of work gets half the amount, and it's going to just mathematically progress like that.
Now, is that mining capacity for the MCE as a whole, or is that mining capacity for, like, if I was to join now, would my mining capacity be accelerated over people that have been doing this for a year?
No. Yeah, it's only, there's only a certain amount of coins that will be released an hour, that will be found an hour based on the stuff on the
So it's got a built-in diminishing return.
Right.
Yeah.
Because there's only 6 golden tickets, basically.
Right. Per hour.
So even if you buy cases of Wonka bars versus, say, 1, your odds are, roughly the same.
Right.
Right.
But it's got a built-in decay rate as well.
Exactly.
Yeah.
That's hard-coded into all that stuff.
Yeah, so
scary.
Just today, actually, there's been a virus malware going around on Skype, where what it's doing is it's installing a mining program on people's computers and creating a whole mining network. So these people have a higher chance of
finding these Bitcoins.
Yeah, and because, you find it, like I said, it's 25 coins that you get rewarded. If you find it 25 times 120, I don't know math, but that's more than 1,000.
2,500, and then that's carry the 2.
So you think about. Okay, hold on. So let's pull out math.
It's 2,500 and change.
Okay, 2,500 and change.
Well, not quite 2,000
per hour.
Yeah.
Yeah. Times 24. Yeah. So that's yeah. So there you go. So
that's a lot of money.
Yeah. So if you've got the more computers you have working for you, the better. The better
that's
your
smart.
chances. Yeah.
Smart.
So people are clicking on these links. And it's like 2,200 links per hour or something that people are clicking on these things on Skype. So it is just spreading to thousands of computers today. And it's just to keep spreading because it's not being detected, because it's the only thing that it's doing is installing program. It's not installing like malicious stuff.
Yeah.
Right. It's just
all it's doing is sucking your CPU.
Yeah, GPU. Yeah, and CPU a little bit. Yeah.
Wow.
So, yeah, and then people aren't going to understand and what's going on, and this person's like,
and you usually tried some mining.
Yeah, so I did. I was like, you know what? Let me go ahead and try this mining shit. I basically had my computer running for 24 hours doing it, and I made a total of 0.06 cents. No, I made 6 cents.
You made 7 cents.
Yeah, I made 7 cents. Yeah. I made 7 cents.
For all the power that you slurped down to do that, you made 7 cents.
Probably a couple dollars worth of power.
Right, from the electric bill.
Yeah, on the electric bill, made 7 cents. Because my computer was running at 100%.
Right.
For 24 hours.
So if I threw my gaming rig on it, running at 100%, just straight balls to the wall for 24 hours, I might make a buck.
Yeah, I've got a gig video card, and I was using my GPU like crazy. I got an i7 processor. Yeah. So, I mean, yeah. You're not going to be making...
Yeah, you're not...
So, I may make 25 cents.
Yeah,
right.
Exactly.
Yeah.
That's shocking.
That's if you don't happen to win the lottery where you get that, that allotment of coins.
Yeah.
Right.
For the day.
Right. So,
it's ridiculous.
I mean, okay, granted, and the figure, Kelly, by the way, is $3,000, 25 coins, $120 a piece.
Okay.
So, having $3,000 could be, kind of awesome because you can do some stuff like that's a pretty smoking trip to the titty bar.
Yeah.
But is it worth it in the long run to contribute to what I think is going to become sort of a digital fiscal cliff?
Definitely.
I almost hate to use that term, but basically I think that's what's going to happen is over time this hyperinflation is going to continue.
Sure.
Then you're going to have one or two entities that are going to start buying up all of this digital currency in order to attempt to increase the value. Hyperinflation, and then it's going to hit the wall.
Yeah.
And all of that digital currency, all of these bitcoins, the value is going to drop straight to nothing. It's going to be a bust. People are going to lose their asses on this deal, and it's going to cause a problem.
Well, it's actually like hyper deflation because the value of the money is going up so high that all someone has to do is crash, and then it becomes nothing.
Right. Yeah.
Sure.
It's going to balloon out, explode, and it's done.
Yeah. So there was, there was a DDoS attack against MT Gox the other day, and this was when
I thought it was the other one.
No.
Like a smaller one.
Oh, it was against the biggest one.
Oh.
Took their site offline, and so the bitcoins across the world went from 138 down to 120 within the couple of hours that nobody was able to do shit with these coins.
Right.
Because if there's no exchange, then people can't buy them, and what are you going to do? You can't cash them out either. Right. So now people are
that's
freaking
another
out.
big issue. Is like let's assume that I go out one day and I spend at 120 a coin. I spend $3,000 and I buy 25 coins.
Sure.
At 120 coin, and I should have at that point a reasonable expectation that the value of those coins is going to increase.
Right.
Then asshole and company decide that they're going to DDoS whichever big trading site for a couple of weeks.
Right.
Now that $3,000 that I spent to buy this digital currency, that digital currency is worth $14.
Right.
Because asshole and company decided that they're going to launch a DDoS attack.
Yeah.
And botnet these guys into oblivion.
Right.
So that's another issue, is that you now have an economic situation which can easily be destabilized by a 13-year-old with a botnet.
Right.
That's a problem. That's a huge problem.
Yeah, and these DDoS attacks are getting huge. I mean, I don't know if you guys heard about this. It's been going on for a couple of weeks, actually, that there's a botnet attack affecting the internet right now, like peaking out at 300 gigs a second of traffic to routers. Like, routers can't... The routers on the internet can't handle, more than 100 gigs a second. And even with that, most of them can't handle that because they don't have those, $30,000, $40,000 routers that can handle it, or they're misconfigured, or there's already traffic on them. But yeah, so against tons of places like Cloudflare is one of the things that we use, which is a CDN and security thing. One of their sites is getting hit, and so it was actually affecting the entire cloud network. And then it was hitting DNS servers, which then you take down a root DNS server, and now you've just affected the entire world. You know? So yeah, I mean these DDoS attacks are just getting more powerful. So yeah, it's definitely one of those things that.
I mean, it's really scary to think of it as like, as they kind of dream of as this universal currency for it to have that kind of power. As a kind of hobbyist commodity, like a stock or something, I mean, is it any better or worse than, you know, any
Sure.
kind of, like, not really.
No.
But you've got
as a
protections,
universal,
you know, against your stocks and stuff like that.
yeah, to an extent.
Yeah.
But you know, if you you know, it's 2000 and you've invested in Enron and all of a sudden they reveal their accounting issues.
Sure.
Yeah, I mean, you're basically exactly what Rob just described here.
Yeah.
I mean, we were joking just the other day. It's like we've been hearing about Bitcoins for years, and it's like, you know,
Right, yeah.
you know, arcade tokens are worth more than that shit.
Right.
And you know, well, how crazy would it have been to just buy like $100 worth of Bitcoins in 2009
When they were worth half a cent each.
Yeah, when they were worth half a cent
yeah.
each, and then forget about them as any good investor would.
Yeah.
And basically now you'd have millions of dollars.
Right. Yeah, you hear about this all
It
of
would
a
be
sudden.
difficult to get rid of, mind
Yeah.
you, but
Yeah, and you just check the stuff, and I've done something similar to that to myself twice. So I bought a stock a while ago because I used to do like when this is when I got into stock day trading, was when Bear Stearns crashed. Okay, I was at work when I saw the news of Bear Stearns crashing, and you know their stock went from like $100 a share down to like $3 or $4 a share. So I bought it at $3 or $4 a share, knowing that there is no way this is gonna last. And sure enough, I sold it at about $12 to $14 a share. So I made some money, and then I was doing some other stock trades and everything like that. But yeah, I mean, something like that. I ended up because I ended up losing more money than or actually I shouldn't say that. I didn't put a lot of money in there, but the money that I made in profit, I ended up losing that. So I pretty much broke even.
Right.
But I put it into another company that they did a reverse split, and I didn't realize that they did a reverse split. So whenever I thought I had like 200,000 shares of this company,
yeah, you had like 5.
yeah, it was like 1,000 shares, and like because I was like, holy shit, like this thing, each share is worth 10 cents a share at 200,000 shares. You know, I was like, fuck, dude, that's thousands of dollars. And I go and I'm like, wait, 1,500 shares? What the fuck? I didn't know I had 200,000 shares. And then I saw that they did a reverse split. I've done that to myself twice now. Like it was like a year apart.
This is a learner.
Yeah.
Right here.
Like I got all excited, like, god damn!
Resident expert of economics,
Ladies and
Kelly
gentlemen,
Karnetsky.
Charles Schwab.
Thank you. But see, at least I wasn't like going out celebrating or trying to cash my money out. I just was like, damn, I got some money. I was like, that's nice. And then I realized that I didn't.
Right, rather than after I dickhead like Con Bugatti on the phone and be like, hey, I want the purple and black one, baby.
That's right. Get that shit custom made. Start it now. Get my ticket out there so you can custom make my seat and my seat belts.
And then you find out you have $14.
Yeah, I want the custom buff. I want it to look like a bowling ball. I want the swirls in there.
Right. Yeah. And then they're like, I write the check and it bounces, you know.
It's like, well, I'll take those keys though.
Yeah. and then they're like, yeah, try getting out of the country. Like, so Kelly is locked up in Norway or wherever Bugatti is.
Germany.
Yeah, that's even worse.
What?
Things are getting racist up in here. Wow. So
Talk about some water treatment issues, am I right?
Mm-hmm.
I think Bitcoin is just a bad situation. I mean, sure, short term, some people stand to make a little bit of money off of it, but I think in the long term, it's going to end up costing a lot of people a lot of money. And
I think it started off as a good idea.
Yeah, it might have been a good idea, but really, it's like trading in any other coin if you think about it.
Sure.
You know, as long as the coins are rare, they're worth a lot. But then the more and more of that particular coin that comes into circulation, the more the value drops off.
Right.
Unless you have a hoarder. And I think that's what's going to happen is people are going to start hoarding them, attempting to drive up the value due to rarity.
Sure.
Then at some point, we're going to hit that magical 22 million mark. There's not going to be any more coins available.
Yeah,
I mean, that's less than one coin per person.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then these people, first the people who've done the hoarding are going to get screwed because they're going to lose their ass on the deal.
Yeah, because nobody's going to want them.
Right.
And then they're going to have
trade.
to protect themselves against that stuff.
Yeah, so they're going to try and move the coins, and they're going to try and move them at a reduced rate to sort of recoup some of their money. Then the coins are going to end up in the wild everywhere, and they're going to be worth jack shit.
Right.
So it's just, I think personally, this is a no-win situation.
Yeah.
And it's crazy because it all kind of sounds like a movie or something. This crazy eccentric genius has created this magical currency with these incredibly weird rules.
Right.
And the whole world runs on it, or some people operate on it, or
The whole
that's
black
the thing,
market
too.
runs on it.
Yeah.
Really weird rules. Like there's this archaic system that how they do this with these hashes and reverse hashes and encrypted this and that, and like wallets and like
It's confusing
you're
as
just
shit.
buying a hash and all
Yeah.
this. Yeah, it's like it's just weird.
Yeah, that's why. Like, because I mean, me like even when a couple years ago when we were talking about this and when I was looking at it, I was confused as hell. Like, I probably would have bought something if I understood it.
Yeah.
But like, I didn't understand it, and I'm not not a smart.
If it takes more than 5 minutes, I'm out.
Well, I'm not a smart investor, and yeah, I'll just say I'm not rich.
Look, man, I had a few simple rules imparted upon me by my parents when I was growing up. Rule number 1 was never trust anything that believed for 7 days without dying. Rule number 2 was always keep your knife sharp. And rule number 3 was never pay money for anything you can't put your hands on.
Oh, that was a sexist joke at the beginning there.
Yeah, it was actually.
Ah.
Did you get that?
I got it.
So, rule number 3 being never pay money for anything you can't put your hands on.
Mm-hmm.
That's, yeah.
Yeah. But you can buy physical bitcoins.
If I'm going to buy a physical Bitcoin, I want it to have like lights around the edge.
Let me have a pile of them bitches! So
Like a whole back is an LED or something.
Well, the physical Bitcoin was made by a company, and they owned the actual hash version of it. And so they had a special barcode that you would peel the sticker, and then it would reveal the number. And I remember because they were selling those coins for $25 a piece. I understand.
If I'm gonna buy a Bitcoin, I want a fucking coin. I don't want a little scratch and sniff or some shit like that. I want a fucking coin.
I know what you're saying. Yeah, I know exactly what you're saying.
And it better like if I sit down one way, it goes yes, and if I flip it over, it goes no.
Yeah, definitely wasn't like that.
Tron reference. Did you guys catch
I
that?
got it.
Mhm.
I will pick up what you're saying.
Because it's a bit.
Yeah. So yeah, I mean stay away. I think.
Stay away from
Yeah.
the Bitcoin.
Hit the where's our what's that guy that does the Bears and Bulls and
What?
stock market shit?
This is Jay Kramer, dude.
Yeah, Kramer.
Yeah,
Yeah, where's
that
the
guy's crazy.
Yeah, hit the fucking bull.
How about we just do this?
Okay,
Yeah,
Yeah, don't believe the hype.
Don't believe the hype.
Don't buy into the.
don't
media
buy
bullshit.
Bitcoins. They can murder you in the night
Yeah.
because they'll have all the drones.
Right.
yeah. You can buy some drones with Bitcoin.
The FAA is being run by Bitcoins.
That's it.
Your taxes are Bitcoins.
Anyway, so that was our topics for discussion tonight.
Nice.
Did you guys have any parting thoughts, questions for? I mean, it's gonna be another week before we're on the air again.
You know, I did think of something just before we came out to start the show. I was feeling a little bit nostalgic when I was listening to some Queen from like the early '80s,
Okay.
Sure.
and I heard the song "Radio Gaga." Remember that song?
No, I've probably heard of it, but I don't know what it sounds like.
I was too busy not being born yet.
Right. Yeah. One of the lines in the song, he says, speaking to radio, he says, basically stick around till we get tired of watching things. That's paraphrased, obviously.
Sure.
And I got to thinking, like, when I was growing up, everything was television centric, and now, like the last few years, I haven't seen a single human being walking down the street that didn't have iPod or some sort of earbuds in.
Mm-hmm.
It struck me strange,
Hmm.
like sort of I don't want to say a self-fulfilling prophecy, but it just kind of struck me that him singing basically to the radio saying stick around because eventually we're going to get tired of all this television nonsense.
Right.
And now you can't see somebody walking down the street without earbuds in.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it's like you were describing last week. TV is it's basically the nest of Satan.
It is actually.
Whoa.
Down over
Sorry.
there, bro.
Whoa, buddy!
Sorry.
I could hear that through the
Right.
recording.
Damn, I'm sorry, guys.
Shit.
Yeah,
So
there was really no point.
that's
to it.
that's a very cool thing to close out on. Well, I'm Nick,
I'm Rob.
And I'm Kelly.
and this has been Pro Show Week 14. How can they get a hold of us?
Hello at flushnewszipper.com.
Send us some questions because Pro Show, we're going to accept your feedback
Your
and
questions. You can call us.
What is it? 202
670.
670 9660?
Yep.
202 670 9660.
We've got a Twitter.
Twitter at FezHQ, Facebook.com/flesh-eating-zipper, plus.google.com/11. I'm gonna have that memorized, by the way. I'm gonna have that memorized. That's like /B/112844704, and then you repeat that again.
Sure.
How about we just overlay it?
It's too much work.
Yeah,
And
it's
maybe
too much
Just
work.
look at
I didn't even do it last week. It's
Just-
like, I don't even.
Just Google for.
Just Google.
Actually, just come to our website, click the Google Plus.
You
link.
It's easier.
Yeah.
don't stay at the website. Just go to Google.
Yeah,
Plus
just don't
through
stay on our website. Yeah.
And we're basically available everywhere. So
Yeah, and then don't forget to
Forums?
forums, please.
Yeah.
Post in the forums. Forums are awesome.
Yeah.
Got a great community. We want you to
Actually,
join.
those forums are blowing up, man.
People need to be
Earlier
posting
today, we were
more.
Like 9,700 page views on the forums for the day.
But that's tied into some other stuff.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, with the huge
Yeah.
traffic that we had today, but
Yeah.
still kind of cool.
Yep. Yeah.
Yeah. So
check
visit
us
the
out.
forum, join our community, support your local FEZ, and from the staff of FEZ to your hearts, have a good night.
Peace.
Bye.